Hi everyone, this is my Volkswagen T4 1998. I just wanted to make a quick video on my diesel heater that I've just installed. Now, I know it looks a very strange position where I have put it at the minute, but I haven't boxed it in. The reason for it is we built all the cupboards and everything else for the camper van and then realised that we'd actually really like a diesel heater. We looked online at these. They're only a cheap Chinese copy for £120 we paid. The installation of it took me a day. There's not a lot to them, to be fair. You've got an intake which pulls in here to this little engine here, and then an exhaust once it burns and fires out. The actual bit that circulates the air is this part on the end, and all it is a fan that passes over the engine, collects the heat and blows it out this pipe here. The reason I haven't completed this yet is as I've just explained, I haven't finished my boxing. So when I finish my boxing, I'm hoping to have my vent just out the side there, blowing towards, feet level. I'll just show you the connections for the tank. There's the fuel filter that you connect onto the pipe and everything that comes with the kit, and then that's the 10 litre diesel tank. The 10 litre diesel tank that comes with it is far too big for what we need, but I've just installed it to make sure that it all works and everything. The adapter that you get with the kit underneath that screws in at this location at the top can be adapted into any fuel tank, because it just pumps out, and you can adapt it into a 5 litre tank or whatever sort of petrol tank you've got, as long as you can get the connection drilled. I'll just go outside. I'm sorry about the shaking and stuff, because I'm just going to have to go underneath and show you where I've run the pipe work. So this is directly looking at where it is as you go underneath the van. That is where I've brought the pipe work out. So as you can see, there's the silver pipe is the exhaust. I've run that down onto the heat shielding, which is linked onto my current exhaust. The black pipe is the airflow and the fuel line. That's all clear. Now, the important thing when I've found installing it, and the hardest part of installing it, was finding a location for my exhaust. Somewhere that it won't touch, and your air intake's well away from your exhaust, so you're not pulling in dirty air. As of yet, I have run it. I'll make a separate video on running. I just wanted to make a little video on it. I've made a terrible mess of my woodwork where I've travelled this out, but once I've got my box in, I'm hoping that neatens that back up. The other connections that I have in my camper van are underneath, and that is the fuel pump, which leaks on a piece of pipe, goes down through the bottom of the van and then across and directly feeds up to the bottom of this unit to feed the fuel. Now, I really rate these. A lot of people on the internet, have got these. They've looked into them after a year and they've said they're really good. I can't really give you any sort of review on that because I haven't had it for a year. I've only used it 2 or 3 times, but it's been fantastic. As far as running speed, sound, cost, as a rough indication, that fuel tank was topped up to roughly where my finger is. We've used it 2 or 3 times for a good hour, and that's the point it's at now. It's barely using anything whatsoever. This is the 2 kilowatt unit as opposed to the 5 with the size of our van. It's more than adequate. But if anybody's got any questions or wants me to go through any more detail with it, please just leave a comment and I'll go into it a little bit further. As far as installation and stuff goes, I'm not going to make a video on it, the installation, as there's that many on the internet at the moment that are really good and clear. I think it'll just get bunched up in there. But any comments on anything else, I'm willing to make a video on. So please get back to me, and thank you very much.